Aside from taking pictures of people with umbrellas, we came to the Leica Store, New York. And in this video, hey guys, this is not staged, right?
What's up, Gaston?
What's up? How you all doing? All right, so in this video, we're gonna talk about why this is the best Leica store, hands down. Of course, there are many good Leica store, but in my opinion, this is one of the best ones.
That's right.
Right? Because I think every Leica store is the best one. Now, we need a videographer here, because we're gonna talk with the GM.
Hi guys, how are you?
Introduce yourself, Robert.
My name is Rob Terrell, and I'm the general manager here at the Leica Store, New York, Meatpacking.
Wow. And the videographer?
My name is Sire Roman. I'm the assistant manager here at the Leica Store, New York.
What are you rolling today?
M11P with the 24 Elmerate and the Al Crown Special.
Oh, nice. I know the guy that makes them. But anyway, let's keep it Leica today. Okay, so we're going to pass the line.
Here we are.
So this store, other than having the best Leica selection, they have also the best coffee. Wow. And yeah, that's the reason why. Yeah, every time I come here, I have a coffee.
Statement.
Sometimes twice a day. So Robert, you were showing me that white camera.
Yes.
I want to see it again.
It's not just a white camera. It is the M10P Ghost, but it's a prototype edition, number 205. It was sitting at the local office here. I was going to say the Leica office here, but it is our Teaneck facility that we had hosted that camera, and now it's up for sale. So. We'd only get that in the regular production. The prototype is a little bit more limited. We have this set over here.
This is really cool. I've never seen it. I mean, I've never held it. I've seen it. And probably will never own it neither, because I'm sure it's a little bit pricey.
Comes as a set with the 35 Sumlux FLE. Right now we have the thread protector ring on it, but it does come with the classic square hood, which people love, and it's got a white dot on there instead of a red dot on the lens.
Oh, that's really cool.
So. Really cool. Still got the original screen protector on there. Never been sold or used. Has been turned on, but yeah, number 205.
So how many you said there were out there?
So there was two. This is number 205 of the prototypes made. So only 5 of the prototypes, and then the main production, I believe, was 250. I think is what they made.
So this is number 5 of the prototype, you said?
Correct. Number 2 out of 5 prototypes made before we went into full mass production.
Man, this looks really, really good. At a glance, it looked white, but it's more like an off gray.
Correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Does this gray have some?
It does. It has a significance because of Hodinkee, the watch kind of blog, and they chose this colorway. And we've done this for a Q2 Ghost as well. This is one before that camera came out.
So the only way to get this lens, this is the FLE, you say, right?
Correct.
Is in white is with this camera. You cannot get it anywhere else.
Unless it's been separated from this set.
Got it. And how much something like this goes for, if you can talk about the price?
Yeah, we can. So the list price for this was just under $16,000 before tax, $15,995. We are actually selling it at a little bit of it. We've come down. We were listing it at that. I believe we're selling it at $14,995. So
the whole thing?
The whole set. With the matching strap that you can only get in there. It's not an Al Crown strap, but not yet. Not yet. But you can easily pair this with an Al Crown strap.
There you go. In fact, we have that color. But that's for another video. Anyway, so 14 something, you're talking about an FLE, brand new.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
with
35.
A full warranty for both the camera and the lens.
So if I would actually want to go and get the FLE in black regular, how much would it run me right now? Like a brand new copy, if you can.
Brand new is $54.95.
$54.95. And if I want to get, well, I mean, you cannot get it.
You can't get the M10P new anymore unless someone's really hiding it in their closet, which I'm sure exists. The only way to get it, an M11P is the new version, and it's $91.95. So it's priced definitely to sell. I don't like to price things too astronomically.
No, I think it's a fair price.
Yeah.
You know, number 2 of the prototypes. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I like about the M10 line is the fast boot time. It boots up like about in a second, or whereas this one it's sometimes 4 to 5 because of the metering.
More going on with the metering,
Because this one doesn't have to lift the shutter curtain to meter like the new one, so.
Yeah, hybrid shutter now on the M11P, which is one of the causes for that.
Correct.
But, they'll fix that for more update. They've done so already. It's been improved,
Secret?
but it's
He's got a lot of secrets that he's not going to share. Okay, so what else we have going on? Let's see the platinum one there. Or
Yeah, this is
titanium.
titanium, which can tease a platinum release of a similar set. I'll take that. I'll trade.
Yeah, I don't want to.
So this is the MA Titan. Also a set with a 50 millimeter.
Wow. So no meter. Boom.
No
straight
meter.
up.
Yeah, it's this. I think I don't know for sure if this is what it went into this logic of making it an MA versus MP, but it does make sense. No battery, so no corrosion over time. So a true collector's set. Everything will work as intended going there, and yeah, no, it's a beautiful set.
How many megapixels? I'm just kidding.
As many as you want to dream, and whatever your scanner has.
There you go. I like that one. I like that answer.
So, yeah, this will be coming with a 50
Oh,
Apo
wow.
matching.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, incredible set.
50, right?
Yep, 50 millimeter. Yep. So
Wow.
I joke that this looks like the Mandalorian for all you Star Wars nerds out there. This is kind of like the base.
Dude. Oh, and finally a cap that does stay in the lens. I love that.
But not with a
rare.
UV filter. That's a one design flaw. If you put a UV filter on that, it will not work.
Oh, it will not. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's gonna
okay.
stick a little bit off. But,
Okay, so again, if we want to own this, what are we looking at?
this one is priced a little high.
What's
right now.
titanium? Titanium is
titanium,
high,
yeah.
expensive to machine.
28,000 for this set. List price was 25,995. So a little bit higher, but these are limited. There were some issues with the finish on some of these that went into production. This was not one of them. So, yeah, that's why the price exists. But
Now check out the
everything is a little negotiable when it comes to the secondhand stuff.
Check out the detail. This is a titanium sensor or film cap, whatever, mount cap,
Body count, yeah.
body cap. There you go. Thank you. Sensor, the guy.
Yeah, no, I know.
The digital boy. Okay,
So
and
he made the joke about it, and that's why it's stuck.
and even the
Matching
hot shoe cover is made out of titanium. The crank lever, everything. Does it have film? No, it doesn't. Okay, great. Wow.
Yeah.
And it's actually
It's
lighter
very
than
light, yeah.
lighter than brass models. Of course, titanium
Definitely.
is.
No, I think
kinda
people are
like in
shocked if
between.
you're able to handle this.
Wow.
People are going to probably comment that
Yeah,
we're not
it-
using
it looks
gloves,
like empty.
but, our hands are clean.
I would actually inspect the camera because it looks like there's nothing inside.
Yeah.
It looks like a dummy.
This is actually a film canister designed as
Love
a
it.
camera. No, good.
Love it. All right, so what else we have here? I mean, we got color leatherette here.
Yeah, we've got some Leica individualization shown here with, I will open that for you. We got
Let me
an
open.
M11 monochrome and an M11P. So the monochrome has the taupe
Oh,
colored
wow.
leatherette. Really came out better than we expected. It
Wait a
goes
sec,
with my
did-
outfit.
You just said M11?
This is M11 monochrome, yeah.
Why you never offer that camera to me?
Well, we are now.
Look at
Live,
my face.
Live.
Why you did not offer that camera to me?
Look at that.
Anyway,
This will go perfect with his Cuban cigars that he'll have on the beach.
there you go. I don't smoke, but that's fine. So what are we looking at?
So we actually wanted to showcase that this is an offering that you can
Oh.
have done. So there's no added
Model.
There's no added cost to this.
Oh.
We're eating the cost of what it would normally do for both of these. This is the P in this nice red. We've jokingly called this the Big Apple Edition. Unofficially, this is just the local store title.
Yeah.
It's regular cereal, no special cereal, but yeah,
M11P.
M11P in black.
So that's what I call the opposite of concealed. That's like, hey, I'm taking a picture of you.
For sure.
And-
And I've seen people do this with like a black paint MP a la carte with a red leatherette. This is kind of like an homage to that because a lot of people
Yeah.
were able to do that back in the day when we offered that.
Can I hold this for a little bit?
sure.
Wow.
Hopefully take that home today.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a guy that loves to shoot black on black, everything black. I mean, I dress black.
He's got the New York outfit on, as we say.
Yeah. So I went black and never went back. So that's when it comes to cameras. And comment your jokes below for sure. For sure. Those are coming. We know it.
Let him rip.
Let them rip. Today, actually, I took, after a year and changed my M11P out because I only shoot with monochrome. But, and you know what? I mean, it's just not the same. In my opinion, once you shoot monochrome, people say, I can achieve the same with
A conversion.
conversion.
No,
But
it's
the
tough.
roll off of tones of light from bright, from white to
Yeah.
black, It's completely different.
It's dynamic range too. I mean,
Yeah.
but this is a whole nother this could be just about monochrome
Yeah.
right now. No,
That's for another
the
video.
camera's special. The monochrome can do a whole lot more. It's truly night vision.
Yeah.
It's more than just ISO levels. It's everything.
You know, and a lot of the times when I post my pictures, people comment, "What lens do you use?" And I use several lenses. It's not the lens; it's how you know how flexible the monochrome files are,
Yeah.
and what I'm able to achieve to kind of like keep the look consistent.
It's full grayscale, which is something you could never achieve
Yeah.
on a color sensor because it doesn't. It's
Yeah.
it's seeing color. The monochrome, there's no color.
Okay, put this.
I'll put this on. It's on hold.
Oh, that's on hold. Okay, great.
No.
All right, so well, I'm hoping to steal it. Probably it's
So
gonna
call
be
911.
So something's gonna have to give. Now, lens-wise, what do we have here? I mean, there's a lot of
Lens-wise,
lenses.
we have pretty much everything that can be offered. There are some things that are a little bit back ordered as expected with some of the newer releases, or some of the hotter releases, I should say. It's been cool to see the demand for the new 50 Classic line, which you're lucky enough to get your hands on edition. So we're proud to call you an owner of that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Just got a
it's cool.
filter for it today.
Matches well.
Yeah, it matches really good.
Beautiful. I'm currently only in silver.
Yeah. There's actually a video that was posted yesterday if you want to know a little bit more about.
50 millimeter Summilux Classic line. So
There you go.
not going anywhere. It's just slow production.
Oh, well, let's talk a little bit about this lens because on the last video, and you know, I'm not like you, a Leica master
Oh, wow.
when it comes to that.
Generous.
But
Thank
as far
you.
as I understand, the optical formula of this lens is a pre-spherical.
Correct.
And it is based on, it's a mixture of the second and third version
Yep.
with the looks of the first one.
Yep.
Correct. Because
Yeah, but designed for a digital sensor now.
okay,
Yep.
so with a closed, well, the version 3 also has 0.7 meter close focus as well, right?
Yeah.
And I really like it.
This is great. I call this basically a 50 millimeter steel rim because it's going to have that cool
Correct.
classic look to it.
Yeah.
But with a tighter, obviously 50
Yes.
millimeter focal length.
Yeah.
I love it. It doesn't flare. It's not going to be like a 35
flaring.
where you're going to get the crazy flares. I know people complain about the steel
The
rim
modern
with that.
coatings are,
Yeah, it's
Solid.
incredible. I think the price point is definitely affordable in that $41.95 at this time of recording. So don't hold me to that. And no, it's incredible. We have a little bit of a wait list here until we get more stock. But no, I love the look of the lens. That is on my future wish list. I don't know if we'll make it in black. They might follow the same kind of pattern with the steel rim and do like a black paint limited edition is probably what I'm guessing. I don't know for sure. So that's a tease, not a fact.
and that's when the lens is $8,000, $8,500.
Probably 12,000.
$12,000. Now,
We'll see how it goes.
now, the one thing is that it is a little bit heavy.
Yeah, but that's silver.
So
Most of the silver lenses will have
Correct.
a little bit more brass component to it, so that's what leads to the weight.
Yeah, heavier than the version 1. 417 grams to be exact, as I weighed
Wow,
it.
he did his research.
417 grams. And the Noctilux f1.2, which I also own, is 407 grams. So it's 10 grams heavier.
I like this better than the Noctilux, and people are going to probably
Yeah.
rip me apart in the comments. I like this. Yeah, exactly. Chop me down. I 1.4 for what I photograph is more than enough, and I like the look and character of this more, especially at wide open. You can get a little bit more in focus.
Yeah.
It's not as razor thin depth of field with
Yeah.
the 1.2.
Now, speaking about this lens, classic look, because it's something that people also asked me in the prior video. It does have a classic look, but when you go f2, it kind of like transforms into something more modern. Honestly, it reminds me more of the version 3 or even Summilux 11
Yep.
A91 version. You know,
Definitely
it tends
the intent.
to.
Definitely the intent, and same thing with the steel rim, all the classic lines, because it's still good glass. It's new,
Yeah.
it's new glass.
Correct.
Designed again, like
Correct.
to
Without the
to work-
lead and
yeah,
all that
exactly. It can work on a film camera, but it really can work and be better
Yes.
on a digital sensor.
Yes.
Because it's going to redirect all those
Yes.
to the right pixels. Same thing. Part of the classic line will be the 28 Summron that
Love
we
that
also
lens too.
sell. Great lens, pancake lens.
Very good.
Incredible party or kind of event lens paired with a flash, both on film and digital with that one. It's a 5.6 pancake lens, only pancake that we currently offer in the lineup.
Yep. No, really good.
Fun lens, kind of more affordable in that 3,000 range for us. Great starter lens for somebody to do street photography or just general photography. And then, obviously the 1.2 we talked about is another kind of that part of that current heritage classic lineup. and I'm looking forward to what else we can add to that mix.
All right, so in my last video, speaking about this lens, I shot my model. My model works here as well.
The whole team has double duty on it.
Yeah, so this is the guy you've seen in the thumbnail. And he does it really well. Can you do it again with this? Engage curiosity for the video. Give me like,
Engage curiosity.
give me a Similux curiosity jet thumbnail, pretty much.
I mean, we got the M11P and the 50 Summilux. This is the new
No, but
version.
we need the face.
With the phase. Oh, oh.
That was
There you go.
That's it. But yeah, no. Any of these 50 Summiluxes are amazing. But
No, yeah, really nice.
This is the more clinical one. This is the kind of bread and butter. Yeah. If you don't want any kind of character, if you don't want any of that kind of stuff, you want.
If you don't want any character, talk to him. It's a person with no character. Just kidding.
Damn.
Tons of them. Tons of it.
Tons of character.
Tons of character. Oh no, one thing that I want to talk about, since we're here today ganging up next to so many great lenses and cameras, yesterday we were having a conversation with Vincent about the R lenses.
yeah.
And he had it on his SL3 was, right? Or SL2?
Yeah, 3.
On the SL3. Those lenses, you know, because I like to troll the internet, the
Love
used
the R
market.
lenses, yeah.
Our lenses have a lot of character at a really good price,
Yeah.
right? The only thing is that you're going to have to add that flange that is about an inch almost, right?
Yeah.
An inch.
For either, you can mount it to an M as well.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Wow.
So obviously you need either an EVF or to utilize the back screen of the digital
Correct.
cameras. So I love the R series. They are close focusing lenses compared
Yeah.
to the M lenses. So
Close focus, what, 0.7?
closer. So
Closer.
some can go to 0.3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So a lot of the lenses that you're finding in like a good price point are good lenses, but some of the wider apertures, as you'd expect with every other Leica lens or any lens that is at 1.4 or wider, is going to yield a lot more on that market.
Yeah.
Because cinema people, videographers have found them to be crucial for their day-to-day life, with that minimum focus being so much closer and similar to like a light cinema lens or Ari, whoever you want to go, Fujinon, like all these lens companies that are out here, that's what they're known for. You want to get that crazy depth of field, you want to get that anamorphic effect sometimes. So, yeah.
What an amazing character. Like, you know, a lot of the times we talk about character in lenses, but this one does have a character, the 90 f2, right?
That was the one. Yeah.
Wow, really good lens. So anyone that has experience on those lenses, comment below. But really, tremendous rendering, and it looks like it's a lens that even if you dial the aperture, you know, f4 is still gonna keep you in that with that vibe,
100%,
right?
yeah. I mean, because even though it wasn't medium format, it kind of gives that medium format
Correct.
vibe to it. It was part of the SLR series that we did, the R lineup, which I wish we brought back. Maybe if we can get a petition going for that, at least a body that would work with them.
Yeah.
I know we have the adapters, but it would be really cool to bring an SLR back in today's market. I think it has a purpose. So
Really nice. Yeah. Any other R lens to consider?
I've got a few. I've got a 16 millimeter 2.8 fisheye, and it's really cool. It's not a daily carry, but I made it a daily carry for a lot of last summer, and shot a lot of film on it, and it was fun. And even shot some digital stuff by adapting it to an SL2 and 2S, and had fun with that. Yeah, I have a 24 millimeter Elmerit. That's great. I have an what else? Yeah, I have a 100, and then I have a 180. Which is really cool. I might be doing something with the 180. Might be doing a project with that.
180. Wow.
180. Yeah.
Wow.
Some telephoto stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
The whole lineup. I have an R4 in silver, and then I got an R8 in black, and the motor winder. They're great. The R8's a little chunky, but it's a fantastic camera. Sometimes I do wish it was medium format, though.
All right, so that was a little bit about our lenses. Now we are going to move to this area because we have right here a camera that I'm looking for an excuse to own, but I haven't found the excuse because I have the SL3.
After this, he will have the
Oh my God, SL3, and I do have a problem with cameras, like big problem, big problem.
He means addiction.
But
There's no problem.
that is a good problem for them.
Yes.
So okay, can we grab it or?
Yeah, we can.
Just
So I want to showcase our friend here who took this beautiful image, Gadjon Balan, who is the ambassador for this camera. This is the SL3S. And so, yeah, he's based out of Toronto, but he will be here celebrating our 100-year and he came and did a conversation when the camera launched, and he's instrumental in helping us develop more firmwares with firmware updates for this.
Yeah, he's very methodical with his review. I watch his reviews. On point.
He's great. We love him. He's just like you, who's a great friend of the brand and in our store specifically. Here it is with the 35 non-apo.
Okay. So
spherical.
weight-wise, weight's the same in my opinion, right?
A little bit less, especially with that lens. That combination makes it really light.
Yes. So I also started using this camera because some of you guys that follow me in the channel, I am an M guy. I just shoot M bodies for quite some time after I departed from my long relationship with Sony cameras. I still shoot Sony for video. But anyway, so I really liked the SL3 for street photography with manual lenses.
Yes.
I like the lenses that you guys have, and we're gonna see a couple of the SL lenses. They're pretty large, but I can see how that will be beneficial for someone that shoots with a tripod or at the studio.
Exactly.
But I've never thought about this camera, honestly, for street photography, because I always was under the impression that it's too big, and I like small cameras. But after using it, the fact that we have a grip and the fact that, putting an adapter adds just a little bit, and I can use all my M lenses with the best EVF that there is.
Or the R lenses, the R series lenses.
The R2, exactly, that, like he was doing it. So it was really good.
Or the medium format lenses, which I'm teasing that. Hopefully that comes sooner than I expect it to. You can do the large format sensor lenses on here, the S series.
That's awesome. So so if I have the 60 megapixel, I can always down sample down res the resolution.
Yep.
Now we have 24 megapixel. Improve autofocus.
Faster autofocus with it. It's more. This is the hybrid shooter camera. This is someone who wants to do video and stills. If you want to just do stills, then the SL3 regular would be the way to go. Yeah, this is geared towards it. There is a multi-shot function that you can do both handheld and on a tripod, which is the first time we've ever had that. So it stacks in camera, and you can get up to a 96 megapixel file.
Oh wow!
So you can compete with that of the SL3, and you can get like a 48 megapixel JPEG out of it as well. So there's ways to kind of I don't know, balance out the fact of missing out on 40 megapixels to 36.
Okay, so what I like about the camera, other than it takes amazing pictures, of course, is this. I tried to do this with my SL3, did not work out. That's a story for another video anyway.
Blacked out logo.
Yeah, but I did change this to the black one.
Oh, nice.
I found from Japan the original in black and kind of like got something different. But yeah, I mean, this camera is truly amazing. A lot of people are talking about out of focus, oh, it's not fast enough. But once again, out of focus is going to be a need based on what you need. Not everybody needs to track, cheetahs running in the wild or 100, kids around the house.
If you're looking for a sports camera, look elsewhere. But at this moment, it can compete with other sports cameras.
Or learn how to shoot sport with a Leica.
Or manually. You can shoot manual focus with an autofocus lens or with a manual focus
F22, and that's it. Shouldn't break. All right, let's take a look at some of the lenses here.
Let's do it. So we get the 35 non-apo there. I don't know, we can go anywhere.
Okay, so I do have a question.
We can go jump to the apos and the soldiers up top.
I'm going to ask a question that I don't know if you're going to be able to answer.
Okay.
Maybe it's going to get you fired. We don't know, but I'm going to ask it anyway, live. No, just kidding. So,
live.
Once again, I hear a lot on the channel, right? The regular Summicron versus the Apple. I shot both lenses. The Apple, obviously, whatever Apple you choose, whichever is going to be tack sharp all across the range. There is none of that stuff. With, for example, Apples, you still have some of the artifacts that you think that you wouldn't have, like vignetting, for example, with the 35. But with the 35 Apple in the L mount, is vignetting solved or still has a little bit at f2?
I don't think that there's a lot of vignetting off that personally, but I do know what you mean with the M.
Yeah, with the M it's...
And I think some of that can be caused by the hood on that lens, which, I mean, I do like having the hood on and it looks cool.
Definitely.
And provides obvious protection. But on the L mount, you don't get that kind of vignette at 35. I mean, they've kind of perfected that. This is definitely something I'm proud of being with Leica is what they've done with the Apo series, and we're really the only one out there. People claim to have an Apo lens, but Leica's the only one to really do it.
And if you take a look at the lenses right here, they all measure the same size. So
really impressive that they were to do that at every photo.
yeah, once again, for those that
Same filters. Yeah.
for those that would opt maybe those lenses for video and they want to fly camera like this one on a gimbal,
Yep.
you could change lenses without rebalancing the gimbal. So that's
Exactly.
really good. Now, there's a huge difference when it comes to price. Of course, different glass, and I can see why. In terms of image quality, between what you get from the 35 standard, I'm pretty happy with the result.
Yeah, no, I think for the 35
you know.
and the 50 where we were able to kind of make the lower price point non-Apo spherical versions, I think you're really splitting hairs and pixel peeping.
Correct.
But for the other focal lengths that we have yet to do that, and I don't think we will, you really won't be able to find a comparison or a competitor. Like the 75 and the 90 are some of the best lenses that can re-mount ever to this day.
I never shot the 75 or the 90. I shot the 35 and the 50, and they were really good.
Yep.
I prefer smaller lenses, and that to me is more important than a little bit of extra sharpness.
For sure, it's scenario based.
Yeah.
Obviously, for your type of photography,
Correct,
you would
correct.
need it. But then some of the models that you photograph, you would love to have that 75.
Of course,
for sure.
of course. So now I have a reason to start doing my research on
Or you could use
Apple
you
Leica
could use
lenses.
the wider angle stuff. Like I know we just had, I'm going to kind of name drop a good client of ours, Charles Veers, is using a 21 Apo for astrophotography, and he just did a workshop with our friends down in Leica Store, Miami, and they went out to Joshua Tree, California to do a workshop there, and he came back with some incredible images. So using the 21.
Amazing. All right, so now we're gonna move to the zoom lenses, and I used to own one of these lenses. Oh, no, you don't have the 24 to 70. Is it here?
It's on the
Oh,
SL3.
it's right there.
So yeah.
All right,
that lens
so-
is great.
So between the 24 to 70 and the 24 to 90, I know which one is the winner because I shot both. The 24 to 90 is the winner. Now, in terms of price versus quality, which one would you pick if it was your decision and money wasn't an issue? Or
I mean, obviously, if money's not an issue, the 24 to 90 is definitely the superior lens. It's designed to be that, and that's why it's not a 2.8 constant. It goes to
Can we
a
hold
4. Yeah, we can. We can pull it out. But I mean, for weight and for typically what I use it for, the 24 to 70 is more than.
I'm gonna pop
Go
it here
for it.
so we can
Let's do
see
a
the
swap.
difference. So this is the 35 regular. Rotate it. And now we're gonna put. Where's the dot? There it is.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, it's not. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a little bit heavier than the 24 to 70 because obviously you have that reach and the extra glass. But no.
I thought it was gonna be heavier.
This is a sharper lens for a lot of reasons.
I thought it was gonna be heavier. There you go. Boom. There you go. So, I can see this lens at the studio being the
100%.
one lens I need.
Correct, and that's what the general use case
That's it.
for. There's a lot of concert photographers. Another name drop, Mathieu Bitton, who is a good friend of the brand and an ambassador of ours, uses this lens for most of those Chappelle kind of comedy tour episodes, or even Lenny Kravitz photography, and just anything. He uses this. This is one of the lenses that he loves to use.
And if I'm a regular guy, can I be photographed with this lens still, or I don't qualify to be shot with this lens?
You do. You want me to take a shot of you?
Yeah. So,
Here we go.
oh Lord, here we go. Okay.
Bam. And there we go.
See the image?
Look at that. Look at that handsome man.
There you go. So, how much is this lens as of
That is great.
today?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm really bad at that. The 24 to 90. I don't have the price on.
It's somewhere in there. You can do
It's
your
up- yeah,
research,
do your
go
research on
online,
there.
go to
Price might be changing.
Leica New York and find out there. All right, so I want to move on to Q.
Let's do it. Just one
All
of
right,
mine.
because another thing is like, every time I post a video, there is this about Leicas. There are people obviously that have their opinion about other cameras. But then you have the Leica community that they understand why they shoot what they shoot. And then there is the favoritism about, oh, Q is better because of this and that and that. So I want to talk a little bit about the Q system because I think it's still widely misunderstood for those that just see a camera that costs whatever it costs right now and it has only one focal length. So Rob is trying to figure it out where he dropped the magnet.
The magnet might still be in my shirt, but I'm going to hold this.
I'll get it. So he's going to hold it. Let me see if you're, there you go.
Okay, perfect. Awesome.
There you go.
There it is. All right, so we have the Q series. We're going to start from the top down. We still make the Q2 monochrome, have not made a Q3 version of that. Don't feel a need to do so unless they made a 43, in my personal opinion. Really, really special, 47 megapixels, all black and white, full monochrome. Still produce it new. This is our display model here. And then we'll get to the kind of the more popular options, which are the Q3 28 and the Q3 43 that just released in September this past year. The 43, obviously people demanded that we make a different focal length than 28. On the Q series, we kind of caved and went with the 43. Why 43? Obviously, I'm sure you've heard before, but it is kind of the natural kind of field of view that most human eyes have. But it also...
I'm more of a 42 type of focal length.
Yeah, you're 42 and a half, I think.
42 and a half.
So this is a little bit tighter than Gaston likes to be shooting, but no, this is great because they're able to fit an Apo 43 into the same design and body type as a Q328. And obviously the hood's a little bit different design to accommodate that as well, similar to the 35 Apo hood, as it's got that kind of that nice tight and compact feel to it. Obviously we get ripped apart daily of why they made it where it can't fit a UV filter in it. I don't know the full answer for that. Maybe it could be to upsell you on a round hood. So that might be the option there. In my opinion, it really doesn't need a UV filter, but I do know
Does not.
It does not.
None of them.
Yeah.
None of them.
But you know, I understand it's the only lens you'll have on the camera, so you want to protect that at all costs.
Sure.
So I do recommend them.
Polarizers, though, for certain type of photography, I can see that.
Exactly,
you know, and
ND filters, things like that. Maybe not so much on this one, but definitely for the 28 because it's 1.7. And ND filter's great for those long exposures and shooting in kind of those bright environments. Yeah, they look almost identical. From the back, you really couldn't tell.
Yeah. I personally love them both, and usually right now the dilemma for those that want to spare the change and get one, which one is the most versatile? And in my opinion, it's based on what you shoot.
The 28 to me is more versatile because the 43 is just too tight for most situations, and it could be a biased opinion, but to me it comes from a little bit of a logical standpoint. 28 kind of sets a scene, but it also can fit you in a room.
Correct.
43 is more of like a portrait type lens. For me, so if you're shooting more portraits of people, places and things, and you really don't care about the wide angle stuff, 43 all day.
Yeah.
But if you want a little bit of everything, and you could still take a nice portrait with a 28, you can crop into it, you can get a nice environmental portrait. I'd use it all the time on my Q2. Yeah.
I've been a heavy advocate of the 28 millimeter. I own the 28 color and the 28 monochrome, but I have to say that it all depends, the type of photography you do.
Yeah.
And even for street photography, I shot with this, which, I'm a 35 guy, although today I'm 50, but anyway. So this one, once again, with proper planning, could also work for certain things. Now, this camera has advantages and disadvantages. One of the disadvantages is that with this one, you are tempted to shoot close to things, right? Because of the 43.
Yeah.
And you got to switch macro for a lot of those things.
because the minimum focus is a challenge. But it's set up just like any of our other lenses. There's
Correct,
no
correct,
surprise there. So I mean, for me, that's why I like the macro mode. It's a Swiss Army knife, either one.
Yeah.
It does so much, and it does video. They do 8K video. It's insane.
And in this trip, I was going to come with the 28 millimeter monochrome and the 43, and that's the only thing I was getting.
I've taken both of these out and I've shot a concert. It's all you need. You don't need two lenses. You don't need two bodies with crazy zooms. You can crop into either one of these.
And these things, they always stay home. I don't like them.
I'm opposite. I keep my lens hood on all day.
Just the longer the camera gets.
These things bang up against other cameras or walls or whatever. I put mine through hell and back, and I need the hood on me.
There you go. Hood, not hood guy. But anyway, good. Now, okay. So I want to talk about an instrumental accessory for this camera, if you can find one.
There's a couple.
Like this definitely makes it 100% a much more usable. I mean, not usable, comfortable. Sorry, a much more comfortable carry. This and a little wrist strap, and you're done. You know. But yes, it does add a lot of.
One-handed use, this is the way to go. Even the hand grip, like for me and my colleague Kat, we ride bikes. This is like the dream setup for someone who's like trying to take a one-handed shot or someone trying to get a quick shot. It's just like a weapon, and you can pull it up easy, fingers on the trigger.
Boom, 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 boom,
got
boom.
the shot. You don't need much. It's that and the hand grip. You're out the door. I'm not a big half protector guy with a leather protector, although it does serve a purpose. I'd rather get a hand grip on there.
Sure.
I don't have huge hands, but I do have the need to kind of shoot one-handed, or I use strapless.
I mean, those are kind of big. I mean, they're kind of big, bro.
I'll be reading the comments after this.
Yeah. Anyway,
moving on.
Let's move on.
Gaston was drooling, I think.
Is that Miami flavor that I cannot help?
Miami flavor.
Cannot help. You know.
Okay. All right. Where to next, my friend?
Deluxe.
Deluxe. Okay, so we're going for the entry level kind of compact setup here. Deluxe.
There's a video dropping probably tonight or tomorrow, by the way, about this camera.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought it already
a year and change after my experience.
Being with it.
Oh yeah.
So, Deluxe 8, huge improvement from the 7. We partnered a little less with Panasonic on UI and UX, which is a godsend to everybody. You're welcome. You have more inline menu system and button layout with the regular lineup, like the M11, the Q, SL. You have custom function buttons instead of a crazy dial that the 7 had. Not that the 7's a bad camera. It's just a little bit more complex to learn and understand.
The menu was completely different.
Touchscreen here, just like the Qs, just like the Ms. Can jump into video, can jump out of video. Bam, change all that stuff. Same lens with the zoom range, obviously with the ability to change the ratio there on the top. 4x3 will be the max resolution.
Full sensor, full whatever,
Yep.
you know, the lens can cover of the sensor.
You can even go into manual focus or an autofocus macro similar to the Q series. This camera is a cheat code, and this is at this price point currently as we're speaking. It's really competitive in the marketplace at $1,600, $1,595 plus tax. Comes with a flash, comes with this little nice flash that can only work on this camera. I have to say that to everybody I show this to. It only works on this camera, but it does come complimentary with the purchase of the camera. You can use any major flash, though. I know a lot of people that use like the new Godox ones as well.
I do.
And yeah, you can easily throw that on, but that guy.
And the good thing is that the flash gets powered by the battery inside
Correct.
the
so you
camera.
don't need to worry about charging the flash by itself.
You want to hear a little bit of my 1 year plus
Tease
things that I've learned?
Tease the video.
No, and I'm going to discuss it on the video, but one of the things that I like, well, first of all, when I tried this camera, I was in Switzerland. It was even before the camera was announced or there was news about it. And yeah, the button here. And I did a video. So I used the camera and I said what I had to say, but to be honest with you, it took me a while to get to love it and learn it. I think that is what happened. It took me a while to learn how to shoot with this.
Do you think it was because you were spoiled from full frame?
I was exactly.
Okay.
So
because that's usually the thing that we encounter here at the store is people come from a larger format and really get disappointed with this. But I'm like, this is 17 megapixels and a 4/3 sensor.
And once you understand that's when this camera makes a lot of sense. And a lot of people say, I can get this camera or I can get this one for this other brand for the same price or whatever the case may be. But you're going to be pressed to find a camera that covers everything this camera covers. Specifically, if you're like a shooter, you know, transitioning from this menus to this is like you know what you're doing.
Color science is a huge one.
The color science,
the connectivity to the app to be able to send
it's
photos
awesome.
and videos to the app. Our app definitely separates us from other brands because of the connectivity.
Yeah.
It's for the most part seamless. There are some issues, obviously, that any app can encounter, and it's reliant on your connection in wherever you're in the world. But
I have no issues.
For the most part, it's great. You can use it as a remote.
Yeah.
No, I think the app with this is a content creator's dream. Someone like yourself or someone who wants to be like you when they grow up.
Please
can
don't.
grab this and go outside and start creating content with 4K video, 17 megapixel stills.
Yeah.
This is a great starter camera because you can put it in full automatic or you can put everything in full manual. It's training wheels for someone, or it's a really nice second camera for film photography.
And that's what I'm gonna say. Fully automatic was the problem, because you say, oh, it's a point and shoot, let me just put a full auto. And definitely this camera started performing the way I wanted to perform it once I started using a manual.
Yeah,
what I mean by this is because you have a Micro Four Thirds sensor, this camera is gonna wanna drop shutter speed quick if you don't set it up, set up your auto ISO properly. So first thing, that would be the first setting that I
Change
recommend.
your maximum ISO. You can even make
shutter
this
speed.
dial exposure compensation on the wheel itself is a tip that I tell everybody.
Yeah.
Because that's also going to help you kind of train and figure out how you want things to look, and then you can kind of break out of that auto and into manual
Correct.
more.
Most cameras, full frame cameras, especially new Leica, M10, M11, obviously, with fast lenses too, the camera decides pretty good. But with this camera, I noticed that because it's a smaller sensor, and I did not have that feature enabled for some reason. Why my photos are blurry? And I hear this from a lot of people. And it was correct.
Yeah.
So no, it was that's another thing. But it's because the first thing you should do is go to the auto ISO and set up your parameters, and then
minimum shutter speed for a photo.
And then this camera, honestly, I think I have captured probably some of my favorite photos that I have in small batch of photos have been done with this camera, because this is my travel camera,
Yeah.
So really good camera. This one is made overseas.
Yep.
But the build quality, you wouldn't even tell. I mean, it's built as good as anything.
They changed it from the 7, which again is amazing. The 7 felt a little on the cheap side. Not trying to throw that camera under the bus. It's still a really fantastic camera. I've taken incredible shots myself on that camera. I shot a friend's TV show wrap party with that camera, and they thought I was crazy because they hired me to do it.
Wrap party. I wish I could add B-roll right now.
No, it's great. Because they were like, wait, they're like, oh, where's your camera? And I go, this, and they're like, no. And then they saw the photos, and
No, the quality. Yeah. Okay, last thing about this camera, insane dynamic range, or at least recoverability. I know that recoverability, dynamic range is not the same, but this camera, in shots that I'm like, oh man, that's too overexposed, you can dial it down, and the detail is there.
The RAW file capability that was introduced. I mean, you could shoot RAW, but this true
I don't know
DNG,
what they did.
Yeah, it's a true digital negative in the Leica world with this, which the 7 again did not have. That.
Yeah.
It had a RAW capability, but this is again in line with the full frame lineup that we make.
For sure. Yesterday, for example, I was editing some pictures from my M11P, and I also shot a little bit with this one under similar conditions. Mm-hmm. I gotta say that the recoverability of the files does not, there's nothing to envy between these two cameras. I mean, there are some benefits, but in terms of recoverability, bringing down the highlights or lifting the shadows, this camera does it amazingly.
Yeah, it could be the pixel density. It could be, there's a couple factors, but
And also ISO 12500, I shot with it. Yes, there's gonna be a little bit of noise, but now with the new Lightroom denoising, forget about it. So I let it rip to 12500 if I have to.
Oh yeah, no, I tell people, they're like, oh, what's your comfortable ISO? I know some people are like 3200 or 6400. I like to push it because of the denoise that comes with that, or Capture One. And there's so many other tools out there in post that can help you kind of save an image.
And look at this. This is a truly pocketable camera. If I can open my pocket. There you go.
Done.
Boom, done.
And he just stole it.
Bye.
Didn't even know.
All right, guys, thank you for the video. Just kidding. Anyway, so is Kat here?
Kat's here.
You guys got to check out this book. So she released a book. Where's the book?
Thank you.
This is going to be your mic now. So I actually...
Hey, everyone.
Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
I'm Kat Burns. How's it going? I made this book. My first published book.
I'm going to be your reporter.
Thank you.
So she published this book all with film. And can we glance through the pictures a little bit?
Yes, please dive into it. Over the course of 10 years, taken all on my M6, 28 Elmerit, my time in New York, LA, Pennsylvania, a little bit of everywhere.
I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very
if
proud of this book.
I'm not from New York, where can I get the book?
You can get it on my website. Currently, we are sold out of the first print run. I am ordering a second print run, which will be available very soon.
I mean, the first 250,000 units gone, that's amazing. That's great.
150.
That's amazing. Now, congratulations, because that book, I mean, and you only shoot film, right?
Yes, I do. Oh, and this is published by Connotation Press.
Say it again.
This is published by Connotation Press.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Rob, you want to talk a little about the watches for someone that knows about watches? Because I'm a watch. Oh, that's yours. I don't need double.
And I broke it again.
Again. All right. So
And we're back.
As
We're
a result of that, I'm taking the monochrome.
The monochrome is my favorite, selfishly. Either one. I'm not it doesn't need to be the GMT, even though that would be really cool to have dual time zone for all the escapades that we go get into. We started with the ZM1 and 2, and then now we've launched the ZM11 and 12, which is kind of the lower price point, made in Switzerland versions, or I should say the movement is Swiss movement, specifically, I'll correct myself, whereas the ZM1 and 2 is actually a patented movement by Leica, produced in Germany. So
a proprietary movement.
proprietary movement, it's beautiful. We'll pop one out.
Yeah, I want to
We'll
see the
actually pop 'em all.
monochrome.
We'll pop them all.
We'll pop
So-
them all.
Pop them all. Pop them off.
There you go.
All right,
Kind of like a
so-
watch store.
Exactly. So we'll grab one here. This will
Look at
be
this.
The ZM1 monochrome, very beautiful. And then we'll grab one of these babies here.
Someone said they should do a giveaway.
I
Wow.
wish they need to give away to the team here.
Bro,
in
they
New
just
York
gave
for
this one away to me, so thank you, Rob. Appreciate
So,
it.
Beautiful green face. And then the movement on the back, if you can get a good detail shot. I know it's tough with the camera,
Hold on,
but
I'll help you out.
awesome. Cyrus killing it with the
Oh,
video
it has
skills.
see-through.
They both do. They both do. So this is the Swift movement here. And the bands are interchangeable, though obviously for cosmetic reasons you wouldn't put certain bands on other watch heads due to either the titanium finish or the steel finish. But yeah, we'll grab the titanium here. And this one's really cool because you have that fleck. I don't know if that plays. But
Wow.
there's like a red fleck underneath. Really beautiful
I love this
design.
one with a green
Yeah.
dial. Wow. Okay, so which one should Rob give me today for free?
For free.
The green or the monochrome?
Whatever it is, Rob's not going to be working here if it happens.
All right. Well, okay. So
No, the watches have been doing great. The
They
ZM
look really nice.
The ZM12
That one's
has
really
been a
nice.
really nice hit lately because it's a 39 millimeter watch head. So we went smaller as 41 millimeter for the ZM1 and the ZM11. The ZM12 had finally introduced a smaller watch head to accommodate smaller wrists like myself. Although I got those big hands, I have smaller wrists.
he's got a big
And
wrist,
then-
and we're gonna measure it after the video is done. Now let's talk about film, and I think we're gonna wrap this up
Let's do it.
because we got film too.
We do got film too.
My favorite
Pre-owned,
camera.
Pre-owned.
Where are they pre-owned?
You're looking
There.
at it. You're looking at it.
These are pre-owned. Wow,
Yeah.
they look brand new.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That's the point. So no, with the pre-owned cabinet here, we have all sorts of stuff that gets traded in. It really can depend on.
He's trying to put the watches back.
We're putting the watches back, but I'm still talking about the pre-owned stuff. Trade-in stuff comes and goes really quick. Can be rare stuff, can be kind of run-of-the-mill stuff as you'd expect. couple M10s, couple M11s. There is an MA in there. A lot of clean stuff. We do a good job, the team,
really nice.
of making sure that if we are taking something in, that it's still in really good cosmetic condition. If not, we price it accordingly, or get it sent out to be cleaned up and fixed so it could be sold to look like new. So there's some good pieces in there. There's a Trialmar 28-35-50 lens. It's pretty kind of rare in there. Well, not rare, but definitely on the kind of hot commodity side of things. It's an f4, pretty popular now that the digital sensors can go up higher in ISO. The Q2s, Q2 monochrome, Q3 even there with Sire's pointing at with the brass thumb support. Then we got an R5 up there with a zoom lens, or not a zoom lens, so that's a fixed telephoto 250 millimeter.
And a reporter.
We got a reporter SL2S, which is one of my favorite models we've ever come out with. Omar, what up, Omar?
I had a Q2 reporter.
Yeah, that's
Had
a
it.
fun one. So this, what a beaut. Look at this. So, I mean, I'm a sucker for the Safaris, but the reporter really nailed it with the aramid fiber wrap.
Also belong to a very good friend of ours too.
Yeah, this was Blake's?
Yeah. Blake.
Awesome. Yeah, this
Quick
is our
question.
friend Blake's old camera.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
How long do we have to wait for this to come back? That's just my personal taste. This
Honestly,
is
I think that
great.
they went away with it because I saw a lot of people break this button.
Oh.
When I was working in our LA store, that was a common piece. I don't know if it was just due to excessive force, but this would come back broken a lot.
Oh.
So I think that
Just
they
remove
changed it completely to avoid that.
Put it here. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But this is a nice, really nice body. 24 megapixel.
Yep.
Really nice color.
This is one of those instances, although we love Blake, he had traded in after the warranty period, so we sent it out to get recertified.
Recertified.
From our peers over in the office, and yeah, came back, and this is now for sale with a 2-year certificate.
And if we want to own this, what would it be the price today?
The price today is currently, we have just under $5,049.95 due to its limited nature and that 2-year
wow.
warranty. So 24 months, and it's brand new pretty much.
This one, yeah, it looks brand new, not even a scratch. This one was a limited edition, right?
Yeah.
How many units were
on
done?
this one, I forget how many units exactly for the Reporter SL2S. I don't know if it wasn't numbered, but it was a limited run for this one. I know for the monochrome, they did actually number the Q2s. I think they were only made
Wait a second.
500.
There was an SL2 monochrome?
No, there's a Q2 monochrome.
Oh, okay.
That has been requested. Yeah, the SL2 monochrome has been requested. I don't know if they'll ever do that, but
Yeah, I know that there was
yeah,
Q2
there's
monochrome.
been some. Yeah, the Q2 monochrome in the Reporter was limited to 500 units. So this one, I think there probably is a couple thousand out there somewhere. So not as limited as like a numerical edition, but definitely limited. You won't see many of these rolling around.
All right, well, we have one here at Leica, New York.
Yeah.
So come here, check it out, Meatpacking District. And if you want, take it.
Yeah, you can pair it with we have a 35 Apo. I know we kind of talked about that, but buying that pre-owned is a steal. Or you can pair it with a 16 to 35, another great wide-angle telephoto lens that we got. So, yeah.
All right, and this is going to be a wrap, Rob.
It's a wrap. We appreciate you coming.
And these are the reasons why this store kicks some butt. Just like the other Leica store, but, you know, it happens to be here a lot.
cover for the product, most stores do have, but what sets us apart is people like you and supporting people
Oh
like
my
you.
God.
And, I mean, the team
You
here
mean-
is great. Hey, Bill.
You
How are
mean reckless spenders?
reckless spenders? I don't know. I wouldn't call you a reckless spender. Everything's calculated, I believe.
Everything.
But and you make it back. He's smart. He's a great businessman. But no, what sets us apart, I think, is the team here in the community that we've built and have been granted with being in New York. And I think a lot of the community has been supportive of us just naturally and with just kind of the brand itself. But then obviously with each member of this beautiful team that I have here, they've been able to really build on that and support it in ways that maybe other stores don't yet.
Yeah.
So, no, we're really fortunate. And New York City's just a different breed.
Yeah, no, and one of the things is like, every time I come, there's an event going on. It doesn't matter when you step in, there's an event there. So you guys are very big on keeping photography alive. And of course, I mean, what a better place than New York for that. So Rob, thank you so much
Thank you, my
for,
friend.
I've
Appreciate
learned a
you.
lot,
Thank you.
actually.
My guy.
And
Gaston, always innovating. Keep an eye out for some accessories that this man's cooking up.
all
He's,
crown.
He's always trying to
keep it
improve
up.
us.
I'll give you a little demo. In case you want to get one, you can go down in the description for all crown adjustable strap. This one
I
can
have
be,
that strap, but I didn't wear it today, so don't hate me.
we're going to talk about that later, as a matter of fact. So you can go side carry, and it goes up to 58 inches, or you can go neck carry.
Great for today with the jacket. Helps you get it over the jacket.
Ooh, yeah. So yeah, and it's minimalism. You know, that's kind of like how I wanted to design them. And this one allows you to carry like really close to the chest. Go to allcrown.com. G Shutters 10. Get 10% off. That's it. Shh, don't tell nobody.
Wow.
But anyway,
1,000 people just blew up your site, and now you're sold out of everything.
and they're made in Miami, so you don't have to worry about any import or anything unless you are from outside the United States. But anyway, so Rob, thank you so much for
Thank
your
you, Gaston.
time
Thank
and
you.
for keeping photography alive in New York and everybody
Can't take the full credit.
else.
It's the whole
crew
squad.
right there. The crew
Whole
right
squad.
there.
We got Kat, Rolly,
right there.
who didn't get a feature, but
Roland,
deserved a feature.
Yeah, we got to feature Roland.
Me?
We got to feature Roland. He's been in a couple of pictures I posted recently.
Rolly roll.
There you go.
I'm Roland.
You gotta hit him with the buy at the end.
Introduce yourself, Roland.
I'm Roland. I work at the store in
That's
New York
it.
here.
So can someone let them know we're
He is that friendly. That friendly.
That friendly.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are closed. Okay. Anyway, we gotta shut down the video because
Let's
we're
go.
closing. Thank
Bye.
you guys. Check out her book as well. Check out her book. And measure Rob's hand next time you're in New York. Specifically the right one.
Damn.